and I pray she does.
And let me ask you, I don't want to go into detail about your ex and marital stuff, but like obviously all this, it's not just the physical health that's going, it's people's mental health too. Have you suffered from depression and anxiety and all this stuff you're dealing with? I'm sure has totally kind of beaten you down mentally as well.
Yeah, I get praised a lot because I've been through too much, way too much. But yeah, there are days where you just you don't feel like talking to anybody, and you just kind of clam up, and you just ain't, you're all of the above, and you have turmoil, and you're not smiling, and then you got to kind of shake it off because you're a mom, and you have to put on that smile anyway. But not everybody can do that, so I'm surprisingly resilient. So I hope you want to hear more from me, because I will continue to, do the best I can as a neighbor and a friend and a fellow citizen to help the best I can, because we all have to help each other, or it's not going to get accomplished. It's not.
And my last question, I mean, the media is just useless. Let's call it what it is. I mean, we're here. We published this story that I think shows the testing is screwed up, and the media is like focusing on something Roseanne Barr tweeted. It's now going on day 3 that they're focused on that. I don't see any national media still covering Flint. And from what I see, the local media here generally just repeats what the state tells them. So what would you like to see be done from people not in Flint? What can they do to help? Is it send water bottles? Is it come down here? Is it call your local official? What could people do 4 years after this? Because let's be real, this would have been fixed lickety-split if it was in Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, a wealthier community.
It's kind of like Katrina. They were just left there to fend for themselves. I mean, this is still a disaster zone. It's like almost like a war zone. We need real help. I'm not saying the people that have helped so far, that's not real help. I'm just saying that we are far, 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 far away from any kind of conclusion here. And the health care alone for this poison is going to be through the roof. I mean, if we don't get some real money in here to people that are going to actually do stuff with it, I mean, quit donating to the frickin' foundations that say they're helping our city, because they're not. And please quit giving money to the government agencies that aren't helping. They're not. The only place I think that's helped so far is Catholic Charities and Salvation Army. And even, beg and plead with. I mean, we are down to begging and pleading for our lives here. So water bottle, anything you can do. But it has to be, everyone needs to wake up and everyone needs to help out. We're not even the only city. So what are we going to do then? We got to do all the cities, right? Because this is America, this is the world, this is humanity, and we look out for each other. I look out for my neighbor, and I hope that all of you will look out for each other and me as well. We all got to have each other's backs. So whatever help you can give, do it. Time is now. It's not tomorrow. I don't want my kids having to go through this. I don't want your kids having to go through this. I don't want my grandkids. I mean, just think, if this is what they're doing now, think of what our grandkids are going to go through. So, stick with people that you can trust, ask residents what they need, and maybe adopt a family and get them chelation treatment. I mean, if you have that much to give, reach out to a family and ask them what they need. Find out everyone's different, because just like when, how do you explain this? We all have different DNA. We all have different houses. Not every single house is the same. Not every single person's the same. Not everybody has 10 kids. Some person's just one person. Some people have 5 dogs. Everyone is going to have different needs. Dog food, cat food, food, diapers. You know, we're poisoned fighting for our lives, and they're choking us to death with jobs that we can't do because we're sick. Minimum wage jobs, and the you know, the cost of living is way beyond minimum wage. So I don't know how else to say it. We need help, big time.
Well, I think what she just said is important, because I get asked so many times, like, I appreciate you going back to Flint, but why don't you go cover other cities that have similar things? Which I do. I've covered a couple other cities with lead and all that. But the point is, if you allow what's happened in Flint to stand, if you allow this to continue, if you allow citizens to be poisoned, let's just say it wasn't intentional, it was just recklessness and terrible decision making. But if you allow them to be poisoned and then not actually help them and not make them as whole as they can be, they're not going to be completely whole. You said it. I mean, you got permanent damage. But if you don't try and fix it, then it gets normalized, and then the governments and other communities where this is happening, it's the same exact playbook. They do what was done in Michigan and Flint, and then it's just normal that people could get poisoned by their government and left to die.
Yep. It'll just become normal. So you either stand up and fight back and have, you know, a set of balls, get some courage. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say it like that, but it's true. You have to get some courage. Where's the courage? The courage in society is gone. And we're so scared to talk to people and reach outside of the box because of this crap. Because the programming on this stuff, you know, the boob tube. And they call it that because, you know, they're feeding it to our children and in society. And so wake up and help each other. I mean, this is really, I'm a real American citizen that got poisoned by her government and has been left here to fend for herself and is dying slowly. You know, I'm not dead yet, and I'm not gonna die tomorrow, but you know, my quality of life is definitely screwed up. I can't work. I can't get a job. So we need everything. People need filtration systems. People need chelation therapy. It's all of it. Sorry, it's my alarm clock for the bus.
All right, we'll be live again shortly with another resident, and share these videos. I know YouTube is suppressing the content, so it's not seen, but definitely share these videos. Read the article, it's in the description box. And also, if you got a couple bucks, help sponsor my trip here. This stuff costs money. Hotels, rent-a-cars, flights, food. I don't have any investors yet. I don't got any major big bucks, so it's all on my dime right now. Thank you for watching. We'll be back shortly.
It was like cue music.